We basically enable buildings to save energy, clean air, and add extra insulation into the building. As you know, air pollution is a global disaster, and buildings are majority contributors. As much as 40% of global energy consumption and CO2 emissions are coming from the buildings. And in the buildings itself, HVAC system consumes over 60% of the energy consumption in the overall building. So these two are basically the most important part of the whole consumption and CO2 emissions in the world. But we are turning this around. The new type of construction panels that it will be installed on the bottom of the buildings, it uses natural ventilation to suck the pollution inside. It cleans the air and it cools down the air temperature. And then the clean and cold air goes all the way to the top of the building into the air conditioning system, which saves up to 60% energy consumption on the HVAC, and then the clean air goes inside the building. We of course use solar panels to supply the system, so the system is 100% sustainable, and we are basically collecting the pollution, and we have a closed loop that we are recycling the pollution. We do that on one building at a time, and we go to the next, to the next, to the next. We have implemented the pilot project in collaborations with Toyota Motors Europe in Brussels. The result of the pilot was significantly interesting. What you see here is basically at a 29 degrees temperature, we are removing basically -5 to -7 degrees from the air temperature. What does this mean? When you turn on your HVAC system and when you want to go -1 degree down, that costs you 6% extra energy consumption. And if you basically -5 degree deliver into the HVAC, this is simple calculation. You're basically reducing 30% energy consumption on the HVAC alone. This is one side of this, benefits of the product. This, what you see here, at a 29 degrees, direct sun on the panels. On the left side, what you see is basically the panel itself. It's about 22 degrees. It's basically colder than the normal temperature in the environment. And the left side, what you see is basically the wall next to it, which is 42 degrees. This is 19 to 22 degrees temperature reduction on the building. What does this matter? Usually during the day, the building works like a battery. They collect the temperature from the sun, and then this temperature passes the walls and the insulation goes into the building, and then it heats up. And that heating up, how does it will balance out? You increase the HVAC system. You keep pushing it down and down and down. This means consumption of the energy, more CO2 emissions. We are reducing that. We are getting rid of that. We will integrate basically AI systems for the predictive analytics and predictive controls. Once you have the process design, you will collect the data. So you have eyes on what's happening. And then at the same time, our hardware gives you ability to control. So you have hands and eyes. What do you need? You need a brain. And the brain is this platform. All of these will result into a higher efficiency in the whole process. It will result into about 60% of energy reduction on the building, and about 72,000 mature trees CO2 reduction. Not a small tree, mature tree CO2 reduction per year. This is just one HVAC equivalent of CO2 reduction of our system. Our return on investment is between 2 to 5 years, which is fantastic. Our target markets are basically factories, airports, hospitals. This building basically is one of the target markets that we have. It's a $250 billion with 13% growth rate per year. We have manufacturing capabilities and scalability. It's located in Germany. We are providing these panels for free to the building owner. We raise funds from the investments or the governments. We implement them for free. 2 to 5 years return on investment. We pay back the funds that we have raised. Then we continue producing recurring cells. This would produce a win-win situation for everyone. It allows a building owner to contribute to sustainability and bringing down the CO2 emissions on the building itself. Government contributing to this whole process, basically funding it, and us making money as well as contributing to the sustainability. And we are looking for a smart investment and a strategic partnership. And I really appreciate for the support. Thank you.
Thank you for a wonderful sharing. And that's all the winners.